You cannot put a price on closure, but parents of students that survived the Evergreen school shooting have been given the price it will cost to fully learn what happened. Families have been left to file open records requests, trying to see what investigators have learned but are not sharing. Our Mark Salinger has their story.
As soon as I heard that first gunshot, I realized this wasn't just a drill and something was absolutely going on.
Michael Farrell has questions that haven't been answered yet.
My questions focus mainly is really what led up to this for this particular child, and were there any types of warning signs in the months, weeks, even years leading up to it for this kid?
Michael's son hid in the band room as a classmate fired a gun inside Evergreen High School last September. For nearly 6 months, he's been trying to come to terms with what happened and why it did.
That's kind of my focus, is I want to just read the documents and understand the entirety of the investigation and what opportunities, what can we learn from this?
In early February, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office announced their investigation was closed. They released a short summary of the findings, including that the shooter's parents would not be charged.
My first thought after reading the report was, this is it. This is all that you are communicating out to the community.
So Michael filed a public records request for all the investigative documents. He soon found out it would cost him $1,752 to help him better understand what happened at his son's school.
I fully understand why parents of children involved in this horrific event would want to know more than just take our word for it. Here's our summary of our report.
Steve Zansberg is a First Amendment lawyer and president of the Colorado Freedom of Information Coalition. He says police departments could waive the fees if they wanted to, though there aren't many, if any, examples in Colorado of that happening.
When the Sheriff's Office released the summary of the report on February 4th, it announced that the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office remains committed to transparency regarding its findings. If that's true, then they ought to just post the entire report online free of charge for all members of the public to review.
$1,750 is a lot for me, but if you get 20, 30, 40 people together, everybody chips in a little bit, maybe there's an opportunity there as well.
Getting closure may not always have a price, but in this case, maybe it does.
This is important to us. Our children went through something that they should not have to go through. We just want to understand what happened on that day.
Michael says there are more than 600 pages of investigative documents that he requested. We should note that public records like that often cost that much. But this is more about understanding what happened and the desire to have as much information as possible. At this point, the Jeffco Sheriff's Office does not have any plans to release any more documents unless someone pays for that request and it's fulfilled as well as redacted.
Right at the core of this is, why did the shooter do that? We know the shooter was radicalized online, right, by this nihilistic idea of the world's terrible, just kill everybody, but nothing more than that.
And we don't know how he was radicalized, any of those specific things. The Anti-Defamation League even reached out to the FBI months before about them, but that tip never made it to the Jeffco Sheriff's Office. We never know, or we still don't know at this point, how the shooter actually got the gun. So you can see why there are so many questions that parents whose children survived this school shooting still have.
Yeah, and you can understand why, even if investigators say this is inconclusive, parents still will say, I just want to see it.
I just want to see it.
Just want to see it. All right, Mark Salinger, thank you.